Greetings and welcome to my channel. You're watching Been Living with Big B. I'm kicking off a little bit earlier than I had anticipated. Uh, that's okay. All in good time. I'm actually maneuvering myself around the YouTube live, so I hope you guys can hear me okay. Just let me know if you can, and if the picture is okay. I'm just doing it straight off my laptop. So yeah, it's currently 8 p.m. on a Monday morning here, streaming to you live from Western Australia. Thank you everyone for joining, and for the benefit of those that are watching the replay. Thank you so much for joining in also. Um, this is the Almost All Things Dumpster Diving program that I used to run on a very regular basis, and I've decided to kickstart it off again. Um, the schedule has been pretty busy as of recently, and so I haven't been able to maintain any consistency. But that is going to change, ladies and gentlemen. I also, want to do a lot more live diving as well. But until I can produce a good enough product for you guys, that's still on the cards. So, but please watch this space. I enjoy going out and taking you guys with me live diving. So I enjoy doing that. So what is almost all things dumpster diving? It's pretty much just sharing my experiences with you guys as dumpster divers, and keeping along the dumpster diving theme. It's becoming a very popular topic and niche in the social media. It's starting to grow some awareness and some momentum. So it'd be good to have a show to raise the awareness for those that aren't too sure or don't know what it's about, and also be able to share some of the other amazing dumpster diving channels that are out there, that deserve to be acknowledged and recognized as well. So, whilst I won't shout everyone out at the same time, I'll each week or each fortnight, depending on how often and consistent I'll do this program, will ensure that I make all of my people aware of the channels that I'm following and have interest in, and definitely share that with you guys. So that is worth looking forward to. This is a totally different timing schedule for most of you that have watched any of my lives. I usually do them in the evening Eastern Standard Time. So a huge welcome to all of my American friends and European friends as well. And with it being in the evening over here, who knows? I might even have some of my Australian friends, of which I do see Joanne Ward in there in the chat, and Dumpster Diving T&D, and Simon from Adelaide. So we do, and of course my and my bro Dan in the house, Human Life. Appreciate you guys popping in and saying hey, and taking time out of your guys' schedule to join us. We'll give a bit more time for more people to join. But before I move on with the show, I just want to um, take a moment just to give thanks, because what we do as dumpster divers is truly a blessing, and it's hard work, and and it has a huge impact not only on our lives, on our own lives personally, but also on the people that we share these finds with, whether it's family or friends, neighbors, or members of the community, and connecting with organizations, charitable organizations like soup kitchens, food pantries, food banks, churches, uh, all sorts of private organisations as well that deal with donating and accepting donations and the likes of which plays a huge role um, in my life and in what I do for dumpster diving. It's literally the the reason, the drive, the purpose of why I do what I do. So, but yeah, before we move forward, I just want to take this moment to sort of give thanks. So, we give thanks for the blessings that we are bestowed upon each and every day. We give thanks for the strength to face life's um, daily challenges. We give thanks for the love and joy that fills our hearts and that we're able to share that love and joy with others. Uh, we, um, we, we we ask for blessings for those that suffer from illness and pain, that are less fortunate, that are struggling with hunger and poverty, and loss and grief, and loneliness. We ask that these people are also blessed. We ask that we are all blessed, and and for that reason we give thanks, and gratitude and empathy will help us go a long way, um, is becoming and being a decent human being. Also, I want to acknowledge my subscribers and followers, across all of my social medias. Without, I fully acknowledge that without your guys' love, support, and encouragement, that there would be no social media platform. So I acknowledge that your kind comments and your encouragement enable me and help me do what I continue to do, what I love doing, which is going out and making the awareness of the waste that is happening out there on a grand scale, knowing the current climate of the global food situation is crazy, and um, and being able to help others and be of service to others. So, yep, I appreciate you guys allowing me to um, take that moment to give thanks. Also, I want to acknowledge my moderators that may or may not already be in here. If you don't know who they are the ones that have the blue branches by their names. They ensure that we have that everyone is welcomed, that are new to the chat, and that uh, and that the chat is running smoothly with kindness. There aren't any very many rules in here other than that you can speak freely and frankly, just that you remain in the realms of respect. That's all anyone asks. So let's take some time to say hello to everyone that's in the chat. And of course, Jason was the first one in the house. Hey, Jason, what's going on? Thanks for joining us. And Simon, Dumpster Diving Adelaide. And of course, I mentioned Dumpster Diving T&D. They're out diving right now. Hopefully, I'll catch you when I get home. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. A new channel that's just kicked off, and another fellow dumpster divers in Australia. So we wish them well in all of their endeavours, and good luck to you for your diving tonight. I would love to be out diving right now, but we're experiencing some stormy weather, and if I was already out there diving and got caught in the weather, well, okay, but going out into the weather, it's not a good time to get sick. Yes, Joanne Ward. Hi, Joanne, all the way over there in Sydney. Um, Nora. Hi, Nora. Nice to see you. Always a pleasure to see your name in the comments. Human Life. That's the brother Dan. Brenda Tuck. Glad to be a member. I appreciate your membership and your ongoing support, Brenda. You've been around for a long time, and I appreciate that. Thank you. Um, Vernes, my booski. Thank you. Have a great day in the morning. My brother, I love you, my biscuit. Thank you, I love you too, and thank you so much for the super sticker, Verniers. Verniers was um, played an integral part of my initial growth. I didn't know a thing about not dumpster diving, but about YouTube. And I followed her incessantly. She showed me how to do things right, and do things with integrity. So, so the integrity that I show on YouTube, Venice played a humongous role in that, and for that, I super appreciate you, my dear friend. Yeah, yeah, it played a huge role in how I interact and collaborate and and go forward in my journey in the YouTube. So thank you, Vernice, for your super sticker and your friendship and your participation. Um, Hey there, Dumpster Diving Adelaide. We watch your videos. That's human life to Simon. Simon saying he's got me a GoPro now. Can I bring these messages up because I've never, like I said before, I've never used the directly off YouTube. I've usually used StreamYards, so this is pretty new to me. So bear with me if you will, kind people. I would certainly appreciate that. Apple Red, hi Apple Red, hello, and how are you? I'm fine, thank you for asking. I appreciate you stopping in. What's up, Frankie Evans, my man? How are you, brother? Good to see you. Frankie Evans, he does like auditing on Instagram. So yeah, he is a busy guy. Hello to subscribe 011. Alpesh. Hello, Alpesh, all the way over there in India, Mumbai. Auditing Waste UK, my friend, how are you? So good to see you. You are going to be like one of the channels that I'm going to mention tonight. As I said, uh, almost all things dumpster diving is about not only my experiences, but I watch a lot of dumpster diving videos. Um, Not only just to stay in touch with it, but it also as a source of inspiration and information, because it just goes to show that the waste is global. And I hear a lot of misinformation, whether that's true or not. That I hear a lot of people saying that no one dives in the UK, no one does dumpster diving in Spain, no one does it in Germany, but there are actually creators and dumpster divers in these areas. So yes, Auditing Waste UK has a really a great concept in their sense of dumpster diving. They don't just check out things in the dumpster and save them for donating or for their own personal use, but they also keep an eye on the amount of rubbish and the huge um, lines of trucks that go in and out of there, through the system. Um, So I'm a little bit behind on this, so bear with me as I catch up with everyone. Minnie Austin, Austria. Hello, Big B, watching from the Philippines. Hello, my Filipino family. Yeah, I love your guys' participation and interaction. You guys are amazing. Of course, the brother, painting with squirrels. Hi there. They're friends from my friend, um, the astute tourist, my friend Jimmy, um, who I've been watching their lives, and like I do like watch a whole plethora of other topics as well. But my true passion and drive is dumpster diving. Um, uh, but yeah, the astute tourist is a channel that I've been a member of for a long time, and just started watching. And painting with squirrels, they came from there. So greetings and welcome. After a long time, see you, friends. Yes, it has been a long time. It has been a long time. Well, I hope everyone's doing well where you are. If you guys could do me a favor and just put down where are you from and the time of day it is for you. right now, I would certainly appreciate that. So just let me know what country you're in or what state you're in and what time it is for you, where you're at, and get those fingers or those thumbs, whatever you're typing in your phone or your device, clicking over. Um, as I was saying before, I love sharing my experiences with dumpster diving. Obviously, I create videos for everyone to see, and certainly make it a fun thing. It's also a source of information. I'm leaning towards more that rather than the showing you what I find and what I do with it, but rather, the reasons why um, these food chain, retail chain stores do what they do, which begs the question that I pose for everyone, whether you're a dumpster diver or you're not a dumpster diver. If you're watching this if you're watching this live, then it's no doubt that you've watched a few dumpster diving videos and follow a couple of channels or more. Um, and here's the question I'd like to ask you guys: as a viewer of dumpster diving content, uh, do you prefer seeing the dumpster diver take everything that they find in the dumpster? I mean, is that important that they take everything or that they leave some behind for consideration of others? What's your thoughts on that? That's the question I'm asking you guys. Um, so, Painting with Squirrels is in Newfoundland. Newfoundland in Canada, and it's 9:45. Thank you for that, Painting with Squirrels. Um, Auditing Waste UK. I'm off out tonight for a dive tonight. Get some fresh footage for next week. Awesome. Is that Tan or Tam? 911 is in Northern Territory, Australia. Joanne Salvatore is in the United States. It's 8:16 a.m., so you're in Eastern Standard Time right now. Hey, there's my friends right there, Crystal and Matt. Dumpster diving down under. Had an amazing phone call with them yesterday, catching up. I'm a huge fan. I'm their number one fan. Self confessed. Yes, for the support. Hey, Big B, glad to see you on a live. Yes, I really want to do a live dive, but like I says, my phone's really not the best quality, and I want to be able to ensure to create like a good viewing experience for the audience. So until I can get that sorted out, there's probably going to be no live dives. So until then, I'll be doing this program called Almost Things Dumpster Diving. Not only do I like talk nonstop and blurt out a whole lot of probably trivial information, but I also like to invite other creators and friends um, onto the screen and share their experiences and their challenges as well. So that's always interesting to find that we share similarities, and things can be completely different, like some of the products that we find, especially in food. I'm totally fascinated in seeing like what UK Waste Audit UK finds, just some of the packaging, and Dumpster Diving Debs, he's also another creator from the UK, and has been going for quite a few years now. Now, 6 years, I think she's on right now, and it's got a good following and platform. And she finds some amazing stuff as well. And of course, a lot of non English speaking channels that I follow that are in Spain, Tokyo, Barcelona. Yeah, I'm just fascinated with it. So I want to be able to share that passion that I have, and expose them and make you guys aware of these other channels out there. So I like to also bring people up and get them to share their experiences. And I did ask Dumpster Diving Down Under if they would come up or one day. So we'll and they agreed. So we'll plan it sometime in the near future and get them on. Seeing as how their last video they dropped, and if you haven't gone and seen it yet, make sure you go over and check them out. They did a reveal video of themselves. Crystal did. Matt is taking his will take his time doing that, and that's a-okay. All in good time. But yeah, a huge step for them, and always going to wish them the best in their endeavors moving forward. It's 1:18 p.m. for you, Order Team UK. Okay. Brenda, Oklahoma is 17 past 7. But I love the point of knowing it's all wasted and you're helping others, says Painting Squirrel. Thank you so much. Alpish, it's 5:48 p.m. in the afternoon in Mumbai. So yeah, if you've only just joined us, I've asked if you could let me know where you're from. You know what part of the world you're at and what time it is for you. Certainly would appreciate that. Happy Mac, how are you, Mac? So good to see you. That's our moderator in the house. Please show her some support, love, and respect. She's amazing. I've known her for a long time. It's almost been with me almost since day one, which is why she has earned that trust of being a moderator. So if I've missed any of your questions or I have not said hello to you, she will fill in those gaps for me and make me aware. And please don't feel if I have missed you. Please, I'll do my best to get to you guys eventually. So yeah, I appreciate your patience. Stephen James, try to propagate and spread the seed to grow more. You are in alliances with many farmers. Thank you. Yes, well, uh, hey, bro, love and respect your saving food skills. Any tips on growing that food? Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, just start basically, and then and patience is the key to growing anything, to learning anything, the seed of knowledge, absolutely. Well, here's the thing for me, and why I love getting the food. Aside from it helps. It has a far greater reach and touching more people than say anything else. Um, and even on an environmental scale, it's a definite respect for the growers and the farmers that put the time and the effort, the the water that's used to grow these vegetables, this fruit, to work this land. It, saving the food is my way of paying homage to all the farmers and orchardists out there, and it's a shame that I can't save the meat in the same regard because it falls in such a high risk category. Now, any food or fruit or vegetable that's exposed in the dumpster can easily be washed, can easily be processed, and easily be cleaned. I mean, it begs the question. It begs the question. Do you wash your produce when you buy it from the store? And I'd be surprised if you didn't, because with the amount of hands that it passes through, people picking up, those tomatoes, and which is why in a lot of places things are already pre-packaged. But here in Australia, not all the fruit and vegetable is pre-packaged. It's all exposed. So it's a habit that I think everyone should get into anyway, whether you're a dumpster diver or not. So it's just, you know, raising the awareness. So absolutely paying homage to the farmers and the orchardists out there that spend their lifetime growing this food, and to see it end up in the landfill. Oh heck no! Hey Carol, hey McClemont, thank you for joining us. Appreciate you, Stephen James. Yes, the Pauline, it's you're in the UK and it's 1:22 in the afternoon. Well, good afternoon. Todd, psychotic. How are you going, Todd? Good to see you, my bro. And another moderator. Please show him some love and respect. Appreciate that. You're finally about to go to bed and saw you on. Had to stop in and say, hey, thank you, Todd. You're awesome. Thank you. Um, Hi, Wendy. Thanks for joining us uh, from Sydney. Yes. Hey, Wendy. Good to see. Good to see your name on the pop up in the comments. Thank you. I can at least give the animal meat to the stray animals. It's hard. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I always get posed the questions, you're going if you take the meat or the fish, you're gonna make people sick. What I'd hope that people would appreciate that I have the experience to like already know that, to already know this. If they know it, surely I would know it. But if it's a story that I have to keep telling in comments or on live streams or through the videos, then so be it. It's a story I love and enjoy saying, rather than it being a hassle or a chore. Just turn it into a story that I enjoy and love telling. Why not? Um, I love the fact that you, as well as all of the dumpster divers, to help others out in all weather conditions, and watching you all and being able to save food and other items is a blessing. It is a blessing. Yeah, that is true, Carol. It is a blessing, especially from like where we're at. And without that gratitude, we can often lose the passion. But I don't go out in all kinds of weathers. I know a lot of divers go out in the snow. We don't experience snow here, so I don't know if I would or not. But definitely not the wind and the rain. In my experience, if you have a miserable day, it usually ends up being a miserable dive. So, best to stay warm and healthy and snug as a bug in a rug, than go and risk it and possibly lose a few days' work. Because I still work. I still go to work and have a job. Many stores are nastier inside than their dumpsters. Yeah, that's true, Todd. That is true. There's some nasty work out there, and but we'd hope that that's what people would do. You wash your produce when you bring it in from the store, and put it in bathe it in water. Do you feed animals with the food waste? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But they get the best of the food waste. Like it's nothing that's rotting. I don't have pigs, so and pigs will deal to anything. But yeah, it's I treat my like my dogs, for instance. They get ribeye and T-bone steaks and rump and good pork cutlets. So yeah, my dogs get fed very well. Hey, Crystal, I found Simon and I love watching him and finding out more about Australia. That's great. Yes. Simon lives in Adelaide and he likes going out for walkabouts, uh, taking you around his beautiful city of Adelaide. And he's a good guy. That Stephen James makes a valid point. I would not feed someone something I would not eat myself. I am using stored food as tools right now as bait. Sure, there are plenty applications for food um, outside of just feeding animals. Definitely as bait. Uh, Todd, rainy days can pay off better sometimes because Most other divers stay home, but I find a lot of cool stuff that's ruined from the rain. So it has its ups and downs, I guess. It does, yeah. And if it wasn't so bad, I guess you just have to gauge it depending on like how bad the weather is at the end of the day. But yeah, you are true. I have gone out and there's been no one on the road, just no humans at all, let alone dumpster divers. Uh, so 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 that is a blessing in itself. Chickens would have a field day with veggies from some of the dumpsters. They certainly would, Shaunos. Yep, they certainly would. Yep, when I did have chickens, they were. Yeah, it didn't take them long to fatten up. That's for sure. Happy Mac is saying there was a food pantry giveaway in my area last week. They ran out of food in 20 minutes. Old folks here are especially having a hard time. Anything and everything is appreciated. I totally agree with that. One of my favorite people in the community to donate to is our pensioners. Um, they and the reason why is they have to decide whether they buy medicine or buy food. And so I take the stress and the strain away by, well, you don't have to worry about not paying for food. I can provide that. And they don't want for very much. So I give them enough so they can put them in their freezers, and a lot of elderly women that still have the skills of preserving their food, and just know those skill sets um, from an era or an age that's not being as practiced as much. Um, so yeah, they are by far my greatest reason for um, shopping. Basically, going to the dumpsters as a source of food resource. Uh, Dog God, do you do this work independently? Um, I'm not quite understanding the question. Do I do it on my own? Dog God? Yes, yeah, I do. Like I'm not associated with any company, or if that's what you mean. So yeah, I go out on my own, and everything I do on my own. Ah, Maria Megan, hello from the Philippines. How are you? Thank you for joining us. I appreciate your comments. Can you make an agreement for accepting the food as animal feed, especially with food shortages in the next month or two? Um, well, here's the thing. Like this is the thing, everybody, and I don't know what it's like in your part of the world, right? Right, in your part of the world, I don't know what it's like. But for my part of the world, or at least in the areas that I deal with, um, I know for a fact that the stores that I dive in their dumpsters, they do donate. They do donate to organizations that do help other organizations and break and distribute the food down to soup kitchens, to other church organizations that are associated with the Red Shield, like Salvation Army, etc. Uh, uh, a drop off to food banks and those kinds of organizations. But the reality is they only get a percentage of what the waste is, because at the end of the day, these huge food chain stores get an insurance kickback based on their waste, which is why and we know when we go into the stores and they go and reduce their prices, they reduce them by 40 cents, 50 cents, less than 5% of the retail price. And because are they discouraging um, um, people buying it at a a reduced price? Uh, in a certain sense, yes, they are, because they get paid out insurance wise at a retail price. So the food is more valuable to them as waste than it is to sell at at a reduced price. So so whilst they do donate a percentage of their waste to charitable organisations, um, waste is a multi-billion-dollar business, multi-billion-dollar business, and everyone wants their slice of the pie. Oh, love and light to you too, Venice. Thank you. Um, you are saving lives. What do you do for a living? Like, how do you survive? Okay, so dog God, I have a full time job. I have a part time job. I'm a cook by trade. I'm a cook by trade, so that's what I do for a living. Um, uh, and I utilize some of the finds that I have, but it's I'm not feeding a family at all. It's just myself and my wife, and we want for very little. And there's no need for us at this stage. But I'm thinking that's changing. There's no need for us at this stage to preserve or freeze anything because I go out so regularly and come across these finds so often. I have been seeing a change in trend in the dumpsters, and I'm also experiencing that talking to some of my American friends that they're seeing a trend. Like they're not seeing the same amount of waste that they're seeing, but they're still finding waste. Um, Todd, our pantries are running low on everything. They still haven't started accepting donations yet since the shutdown. They can only receive the corporate donations from. Yes, yep, yep. And we know the stores don't donate enough. They need to reopen. It's more dangerous to get donations from people than stores. Stores have people too. They do. They do. They think it's far safer. Well, you know what I think it is, Todd, and everyone? I think it is because there's this preconceived idea and notion that once it's out of the store, it is instantaneously contaminated and not worthy for human consumption. Once it enters that dumpster, that it is gone beyond its point of being edible. That's because these people, and I'm talking a huge majority, and I use the term loosely when I say these people. And what I mean by these people is that the ones that are not knowing, that are a little ignorant, and for a lack of a better word, uh, their ignorance is that they've never had to be confronted with opening up a dumpster that's filled with food. And if you didn't experience it yourself, you would find it hard to believe that that's what people throw away. I've got, I've, not just me, but other creators out there have got hours and hours, countless hours, thousands of hours, tens of thousands of hours of footage of food that is not only in date, but still edible, that's still in fantastic condition, and in some cases in better condition than what they sell in stores in other parts of the world, which is maniacal in my. Just reading through some of these. If you guys have any questions as well, just please keep throwing them at me. I appreciate them. I'll try to do my best to answer them as honestly and as best as I can, whilst trying to say hello to everyone. You want to buy the food waste, so it's so hard in America. It is. It's tough all over the world, my friend. And what's going to make it worse moving forward is this: as the price of as the price of fuel goes up, uh, uh, small logistic companies are going to shut down. They just will not be able to, or independent logistic carriers, or just not be able to truck your food to your area. From distribution to stores, it's going to get tougher. There's no lack of food. There's more than enough food on this planet to feed every man, woman, and child on the planet. The food is still growing. It's just displaced. That's our issue here. It is being displaced. Um, Sell a pound of meat for $2 or throw it away and make 15. Yeah, we are not. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's true. That's what it is. Yes, they get full value for the food if they throw it out. Sorry if I'm a little bit behind in the comments. I will try and catch up. Christine, Crystal, I like watching your reaction to what you find in the dumpsters and how you are respectful to the guards. Thank you, Crystal. Yes, it's best to be just respectful anyway in life, and if it folds and flows over into what you do in your work, then you would hope that treat others how you want to be treated. So when I come across these guards or the police, I just treat them with the utmost respect. They want me to move on, I move on. Um, it's crazy seeing how much the big food retailers throw out. There's only so much they can probably donate. Yeah, and I think it's around 15% of waste. Like they have a number, and it's probably different for each company, but 15% of donatable waste sounds like I think that's pretty standard. Crystal from upstate New York, it's 8:39. That was 3 minutes ago, so we're okay. I'm not too far behind. Hey, Cynthia, how are you? Diving with Purpose, another amazing dumpster diving channel, and at the moment she's got a couple of green thumbs growing her vegetable garden because here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is. If you've never learned how to grow a veggie patch or a veggie garden or a piece of sweet corn or anything, I would suggest that we would start learning because this is where we're heading towards. And I've said it, I've mentioned it in previous lives many times. You know that back in the post World War uh, or during World War II in America, they had a campaign called the Jubilee Gardens, where they encouraged and gave away seeds to people in their homes and encouraged building gardens to offset the food shortages that were going on there or the food displacement. And it looks like they're going to have to encourage doing Jubilee Gardens again. I'm lucky. I come from a background where my parents taught me how to grow. They had green fingers and green thumbs, so it's always been around my life. And yep, and I'm inspired by Cynthia and Diving with Purpose. With her, and she's always had green things. There's always been videos of her growing uh, something. It's really inspirational. Yeah, and we'll be like, mark my words, we'll be learning from each other how to get that done. Hi Phyllis, how are you? So good to see you, Phyllis, my dear friend, all the way over there in Canada. Um, let's see, Todd, CEO of Kroger, said that they would love to donate everything and not throw anything unusable away, but said that they can't because the pantries would be packed and our stores will go bankrupt. Yes, I mean, charity is great. I mean, but it's not great for business. Charity is not great for business, and unfortunately, these food chain stores are not in the business of charity. They just aren't. They're not in the business of charity. But it always begs they always get that question. Why is it that they throw it away? Check my PayPal. Are you talking to me, Dog God? Stephen James, if you could grow a plant, what would you grow? Herbs, medicine, and food. All of the above. All of the above. In my culture, well, I mean, in my culture and back in New Zealand, we wouldn't need to grow a medicine. The land already provides that. So even food, it would be food that I guess that we've become accustomed to, is what I would grow. Um, Dog God, I didn't want to do YouTube because they take 30%. They actually take 40%. Dog God, so it's more than what you thought. But if you look at if you look at it that way, then the knowledge and the potential of you to inspire others with what you have goes with you, my friend. So I would say that just go for it and not worry about the percentages, and just worry about giving content that people can relate to you to. Hi, Phyllis. I said hi, didn't I? I'm pretty sure I said hi. Impressible Monkey. Hi, Phyllis. Great name. Yeah, don't you reckon? I love that name too. Stephen, you just made a portable garden. Just saw some sprouts. I don't know what's growing, but it makes me happy, cheerful. I know. Just seeing those young shoots come out of the ground, you know you're doing something right. That's the first indication. And what I love about watching Cynthia's is that when you've got a garden, right? When you've got a garden and your garden is flourishing, that means that you've got that you're uh, uh, there are parts in your life that are flourishing. Not everything in your life is flourishing, but the good parts in your life is flourishing. A flourishing garden shows a flourishing life with some balance. It, not not 100%, but a good percentage. Does that make sense to you guys? Does that make sense? When you have a garden that's flourishing, that means there's elements in your life that is flourishing as well. Oh, Maori baby, what's up? What's up? I'm sorry I didn't say I saw you there the first time. I was getting to you, my dear friend. And aroha nui to you, Maori baby. We're gonna have to get together sometime and hopefully perk you up, my dear friend. But good night to you, Maori baby. And we got Renee in the house. Hey Renee, what's up? Renee and Phyllis are not only in the same town, but they're in the same house. They are mother and daughter team. My birthday is next Sunday. It is on June the 19th. I have not forgotten, Phyllis. We might have to make might have to do a special birthday live for you. Yes, that's true. The PayPal, when you do send super chats, they do take 40% of everything. But yeah, I appreciate. I will check that. Dog God, no, I appreciate that. Danny May in the house. Good morning to you, Danny May. So good to see you, my friend. I always seem to be missing your lives, but I know one day I will catch them. I'm always keeping an eye out for you, my dear friend. Amazing cook, our friend Danny May, and she's running a podcast at the moment. Not a podcast, doing lives with the paranormal and the likes of. Good to see you in the comments, Danny May. I hope you are well. Oh, I'm getting a bit of an itchy nose here. Midnight London. Hi, Midnight London. Thank you for joining us. So I asked everyone earlier on if you could just let us know where you are and what time of the day it is for you right there, right now. And I asked a question earlier on about, when you watch people that do dumpster diving, do you enjoy seeing the divers that create this content? Do you enjoy them watching them get everything that they see in the dumpster? Or are you equally as happy for them to leave stuff behind and consider other dumpster divers that are in their area? Let me know in the comments, because I'm really, really, genuinely interested because when I started dumpster diving and creating these videos, there was just like no one ever told me that's what you had to do, but just from following the other creators and there, that you had to, if you saw anything, you had to take everything. I've never been a big fan of doing that. And I've always been a fan of that. But I can't be the only one that dives in these dumpsters. I can't be. Um, but I've always fallen into that obligation of feeling that I had to take everything. And that, to be honest, if you don't have a means or the resources to move it through your hands onto other people, then it becomes a real issue and a real problem within your house. Your cucumbers are coming up, Renee. That's awesome. We were just talking about um, how Cynthia's garden is doing so well. Yes, you do. Yeah, just being at peace with your garden. Absolutely, Cynthia. I totally agree. I would sit out there, me and my dog, and we would sit out there in the garden and talk to the plants because I bet that they make me so happy. So they're so green and lush, and when the breeze goes through them, see what I mean about almost all things dumpster diving. But I think gardening is relative because you could actually take some of the stuff from from the dumpster and utilize it, and it becomes their compost. But it's not something that that's a hobby. It has to be your lifestyle. Good morning, Big B. I hope you are doing well. The Jocelyn, hi Jocelyn. I am doing very well. It's a really crappy night out there tonight. The wind is blowing and the rain is falling horizontally, not vertically. It's going horizontally, and so I'm unable to go for a dive. So I thought, well, you know what? Let's go live and see what's everyone up to because I don't usually do this time. I haven't done it for a long time. So good to see you, Jocelyn. Um, Oh, Kimo, you're from country Victoria here in Australia. Well, welcome, Kimo. Thank you for joining us and thanks for saying so. Sean Ross, you're in Liverland region in South Australia, so you're close to home as well. Dog God, you're in Fellsmere, Florida, and it's 9:50 a.m. for you right there. Well, good morning to everyone that's just joined us and everyone that's here. A good afternoon to everyone else too that might be in the UK. We did have a few Bin Living family members, YouTube family members from the UK. Midnight London is in Dallas, Texas. Midnight London. Are you old school? I think I might remember. Yes, you are, man. You've been around, and it's nearly 8 a.m. over where you're at. Midnight London. Oh, you're working later on. You're always working. You're a hard worker, Mister Doggity Dog in the house. What's going on? Been up all night and about ready to go to sleep. Thought I would say hello. Thank you so much, Doggity Dog. It's always a pleasure seeing you, my friend. Always a pleasure. Hi, Cindy. Cindy Neely. Hi, Cindy. First time seeing you live. Hi, Bigby. Hi, Cindy. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you stopping in and saying hi. You could use seeds from. There are so many purposes. Like here's what I love about the what dumpster diving encompasses. So many um, it can branch off into so many different areas. Your environment, saving money for cooking, to feed animals, for composting, for gardening as well. It has so many multiple purposes associated from saving that stuff. Even the retail where you can resell to give away to make your house, for cosmetic beautification of your home. Did you like that word? Beautification, not one I use often. But absolutely, there's so many purposes that you could that dumpster diving can branch off and be of such help and use within our lives. You know, it's making it that not that hobby, but makes it that lifestyle, and that's what we aim for. I'd rather not stretch my mind to explain why looking at plants keeps you alive. Well, because, well, you know, it's because they provide the oxygen that we need to survive, right? They provide the oxygen. We talk and sing to them. We talk to them, our plants, you know. I don't care if my neighbor looks at me like, hey, it's Big B talking to his cabbages. I couldn't give a rat's, you know, because we're providing them with the carbon dioxide that they turn over and turn into oxygen to give me life. You better believe it. Am I crazy like that? I am fully crazy like that. 7:55 in Ohio, where you're at, Todd. Yeah, my man. One of my crashes last night, messed up my clock. Dang, I hate that when that happens. My phone is just like trashed itself. I can't even charge it up right now. So Monday tomorrow brings a new day. Am I worried about it right now? Heck no. Yeah, I'm always I always count my blessings, you know, and I'm always grateful for what I have. So I use that gratitude to not let other things bring me down. Because what's the point? That another day brings, you know, live to fight another day. You know what I found the other day was checking Dollarama bin. There was nothing, but looked down and found a silver band ring. Wow, that's cool. Hi, Jackie Sinclair. Good morning, Big B from Kentucky. Is that what that is? That what KY is? When I saw that, I just thought straight away it was Kentucky. Happy early Father's Day. When is Father's Day for you guys? Is it? I think it's September for August September. No, because September's already been August. No, it hasn't. Well, I think it's in September for us. I don't know. I'm not too sure. When is Father's Day for you guys? Oh yes, it is, Jackie. Thanks for confirming that. I appreciate that. Oh, the June the 19th, dear Cynthia. Okay, same day as Phyllis's birthday. Well, we'll have to do something. Make you a virtual cake with virtual candles to blow out. Right, Phyllis? We couldn't put real candles in there. Well, we might spark like a bushfire over here with all of those candles. I'm only joking, my friend. Just having funsies. The 19th of this month. I know. How crazy is this year going by, ladies and gentlemen? We are already 6 months into the year. I only just packed my Christmas stuff away. I mean, really. Big B, I love it when you find camping gear. We don't have a cool store like that here. Jealous. Well, you know, it certainly is a blessing, and it's really good to be able to show you guys like different things that are out there. But when you think about it, everything that man has ever made, that is man-made, everything has been found or ended up in the dumpster at one stage or another. It has. It has been ended up in the dumpster at one stage or another. Everything that's ever been created, manufactured, produced, grown has ended up in the dumpster at one stage or another. So it shouldn't really surprise me, but it does, even after all this time. Does it ever surprise you, Cynthia? I mean, like, or Todd, you guys are probably the longest As long dumpster diving for as long as I have, does it ever surprise you? Never surprises me. It does, but I mean, Yahoo, get the goodies. Well, I wish I found a goodie like you did, finding a ring when you thought that there was nothing there, and then boom, that little twinkle that caught your peripherals, right? That caught your peripherals. Doggo, what did you say? I just can't understand why there's such a bad stigma about dumpster diving. What does it matter if someone is being resourceful? You are helping so many people. It's society and conformity, and it's what separated the rich and the poor. Unfortunately, it's the poor that fed off the scraps. That's why there's such a stigma, a preconceived idea, and even if you weren't that person in the higher societies, people visualize dumpster to be like your home rubbish. That's where you scrape all your food scraps in there, and then and all your paper and all the junk from, and it ends up into this this not very nice soupy mess. So this is our visuals from home, right? Just from our house, and then it's in a container that's out of sight, out of mind, and then we take that bag and we put it into a bigger bin, right? We put it into a bigger bin, out of sight, out of mind, and then we go and put it on the side of the road, and someone comes and picks it up in a truck and puts it in an even bigger bin, out of sight, out of mind. So we're left with this picture, this image of that a dumpster is a soupy mess. Um, there's images of dumpsters being rummaged through by people deemed as undesirable in our society. The homeless, the vagrant, the hobo. The the unclean and unkept. And scruffy and uh, riddled with mice and rats and the cockroaches and all sorts of creepy crawlies. You know, that's that's society's visualization of what dumpster diving is. So people enforce their own personal principles on it. Oh, that's disgusting! Get out of there! Don't do that. Or when we're confronted by shop employees, they they've been told all the time and conditioned that if you as an employee take from the dumpster, you're a thief. It's stealing. You fall under the theft policies of the store of this company. So they enforce the store's policies onto us, and they deem us as stealing, as a theft. So people enforce their own principles and their own values without truly knowing or ever being confronted by it. That's my theory anyway. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't think it's a really a theory, but I don't think it applies to everyone. I'm speaking very generally, just very generally. No, it doesn't surprise you at all. I didn't think so. I have found just about everything at one time or another. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have. Impressionable, impressible monkey. One man's trash is another man's treasure. It certainly is, my friend. Kerry Hightower, hi from Canton, GA. Glad for what you do as I work for a major grocery store here in the States. I see so much waste. And if you had a chance, Kerry, if you had the opportunity, what would you and were able to collect? Would you go and collect that waste if you knew that you could? Because that's really interesting. You're in a situation that can help answer some of these questions. I'd be glad if someone could find a use for my old junk. Some people get all weird about their stuff, even when they throw it out. Well, you know what? And you should let you should let them decide, Mac. Just put it out on the side of the road and do curbside alert and let people decide. I guarantee if they won't take 100% of it, I'd be happy with 50% of it gone. My city, Reno, Nevada, is the capital of dumpster diving, as well as speed and brewing, women and casino. that's that's cool, Stephen. Those buffets throw away so much. Yeah, I'm gonna eat for 6 months or for one day's waste. No, no doubt. Like here's a statistic that you may or may not know, but there's enough waste thrown away globally, right? There's enough waste, just food waste, thrown away just in the states alone, without the rest of the country, to feed every man, woman, and child on the planet for 3 years. That's how much waste. And did you know that 60% of that waste, 60% of that waste comes from our homes? It comes from a little bit of you, and a little bit of you, and a little bit of you, and a little bit of me. Yep, and that's from like the food world, the global waste association or something. I've done a plenty of research and looked at all sorts of different articles and not just that one source. And although the numbers vary and differently, it varies very similar, very very similar. But I was surprised that a lot of the food waste that is experienced on a global level is mostly from our homes. Um, yep, that's the what were you saying there, Todd? That's why I have issues with apartment dumpsters. I tend to look just at what's sitting by. Nasty stuff in there. Yep, there are some stuff that is nasty. No doubt about that. Renee, I know me too. I work for major great. Oh, yeah, you do. Of course you do. You see lots of waste. You've even seen it multiple times. They do donate and give waste to farmers. Their program called Loop. Yep. But even if that's so, there's still stuff that would end up in the landfill. Yeah, and little bits. I mean, I what I'm experiencing a lot more locally is that they're not. Um, they do have food in the landfill dumpsters, but it's becoming less and less and less, and that's good, right? That's good. A lot of places are using compactors or destroying foods. Well, over here in Australia, they have to have a bio waste. There has to be a bio waste bin because the compactors that they use here is just for recycling boxes, steel, wood, stuff like that. But all the other bio waste, like food, perishables, has to go into another bin. Now, do they listen to that? I don't know. I don't know. Hi, Shatika. How are you? Stay blessed and humbled. Did I say hello to you earlier on? Oh, I apologize if I missed you earlier on, my friend. It's so good to see you, though. They hate us divers. They made laws against us. They continue dumpster divers with squatters, are combined, and copper thieves and crackheads. They do, but the thing is that we've got a voice. We've got dumpster divers out there have got a platform that we can raise awareness, and there has been one for years. It's just that now, for the last couple of years, it's been growing in popularity, and it's getting a lot of media attention. Obviously, if you guys can remember that young girl that dumped her baby that she had just given birth to, and threw it into the dumpster. Well, that baby would not have been discovered if it hadn't have been for dumpster divers, right? If it hadn't have been for a dumpster diver, that baby would not have been discovered at all. So it goes to show that they do have a place in the world. So if legislation puts us in that pigeonhole with others, then it's our job to reprogram and re-educate others that that's not the case. That we're doing good work or what we're doing, and that we live by a code that's unwritten, and it's a law that we live by. And do you guys know what those unwritten laws are? And I'm sure you guys do. I think one of the most important ones is that we leave it cleaner than we found it. Hi, 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 Alpish. Big, what time Western Australia? Right now it's 9:11, or nine. I'm just going to say 9:12 p.m. on a Monday evening right here. Hi, it's me, Angie. Hi there. Welcome. Google Keyboard has terrible autocorrect. Oh, okay, gotcha. Gotcha. I remember that story and those dumpster divers that hear cats and dogs and dumpsters. Yeah, look. There's so many things that, like I said, anything that's ever been sold in a store or a shop has ended up in a dumpster at one stage or another, and that includes living things and dead things. Hi, Mary Cox. How are you, Mary? Thank you for joining us, and welcome to the Almost All Things Dumpster Diving. We're just having a discussion about the good and what dumpster diving does, and its spread and its reach for community, and some of the poor practices some of these big stores do, but when they dump their waste, even though we can attest, we can testify that they actually do donate, that there's still obviously still waste. And what can we do to change the mind of society that look upon us as dumpster divers as a as an undesirable element? What can we do to change the minds of society that dumpster diving is a undesirable act? And that's to try and re-educate people and reprogram people that's not what we are. We are actually um, actively helping our communities. We're exposing the waste that's out there. The globe is going through a climate of food displacement. We're not suffering food shortages. We're suffering food displacement. And if you look at, say, places like Aldi, for example, Aldi's, um, some of their shelves are empty, and some of the meat is empty. That could be attributed to logistics. The prices of fuel is going up. Gosh, I'm making it sound like that, like we're in a really, like the world is in a really bad place, but it don't have to be that way. Oops, hit send too soon. Hi, Big B. Hi, Mary. That's okay. Please make me moderate, please. Not at this stage, Alpish, but I'll consider you. I have saved many live crickets from the that's like bizarre. I think I would love to find live crickets, to be honest. Um, it sure does. Dumpster diving saves lives. It certainly assists in helping them have a better life, a quality of life. which is weird in saying that. I'm giving you a better quality of life for food that I've just supplied from the dumpster. How did our world ever get to that? You know, it's it didn't take very long. Multiple depressions through time, and and this fixation on convenience and money. Without money, you can't live. Without money, you can't have an electricity. But didn't we live a life before there was electricity? Wasn't there a life before there were super duper markets? You know, I'm pretty sure there were some of us that in here that knew of that life, that already knew of it. That lived that we were experiencing eating food from the garden to the table. From the farm to the from the paddock to the table. How far have we come that that now we have to feed people food out of the dumpsters? It's I find that like super 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 crazy, but it is what it is. I make no qualms about it. Carol Ann Tracy, hi Carol Ann, you are from Farmington, New York. I appreciate you joining us, Carol Ann. Thank you. It's good to see your name in the comments. You and John Fabry, you people that are doing this dumpster diving, Big B, are going to be the teachers in the future of the new generation as prices are rising every day. Um, I I I super appreciate that comment, John. I would hope to think that would be a a teacher in other areas other than dumpster diving, because these companies are finding more cleverer ways to make sure that dumpster diving will become difficult, and they will bring in more compactors, and they will put dumpsters behind locked doors and locked gates and in compounds, and make it near impossible. But it's a long way off to willing to get to that level, but they're always looking for ways. Uh, Live creatures, that's shocking. Yes, I know the trend of dumpster diving is now being a way of life. That's true. It is more of a way of life. So many more people. Look, here's the thing: so many more people are asking how to get started in dumpster diving so they can feed their own families as well as help others in their communities. That's I I'm going down the lines of sort of like what Cynthia is doing, diving with purpose. I'd rather tell you how to grow a husk of corn or a vine of pumpkins, then rely on that dumpster diving is the way to go. It's just that when they see us dumpster divers pull out all of this food like immediately, it's like there, it's right now. Then yeah, it and it gives me it makes my heart heavy. Makes my heart heavy. I'm just curious. Here in Florida, there are at least one raccoon in almost every dumpster. Do you guys have them, or have you ever run into pests? They can be a little aggressive sometimes. I know. Don't have raccoons here in Australia, and I've never come across vermin or rodents in the dumpsters that I dive in. And but knock on wood that I don't yet, because I don't know whether you guys know or not, but like Australia has eight of the 10 most deadliest and venomous snakes in the world, and right here, and then six of them are right here in Western Australia. I can be, give thanks and and blessings that I haven't come across one yet, and we probably do live with them. And we have some of the most dangerous spiders as well. Oh, I tell you, I tell you, I try not to talk too much about that and convince myself that I'm not dumpster diving. Yeah, so I always go, going, oh, we're good. It's sweet as. Let's go. Mary, my mom, grandma, and aunts were dumpster divers way back in their days, way back in the days. Sure, sure. The dumpster diving is not a new activity at all. No, that it's been around for as long as there's been as long as there has been waste and rubbish and deluge, there has been dumpster diving. Dumpster diving is a term that came about in the 1970s. It's only been around since the 1970s. It was created over in the United States. Over here in Australasia, or in New Zealand, it was called scavenging, and in New Zealand we were called seagulls. We were called seagulls because seagulls were like the scavengers of our country. The seagulls that were scavengers, they were the ones that plucked things out of the rubbish cans, and stuff like that. So we were known as seagulls. I couldn't even make that up, even if I tried. But yeah, it's been around for such a long time. Yeah, they will. They do. They'll lock them up like blinking Fort Knox in a heartbeat, and they will not care. You know that that's the only issue I have when they do that. When they lock them up, I think, man, how dare you? Like it's my business anyway, right? But I always think, how dare you? You build your stores here in this community. You hike your prices, and you fill your shelves abundantly, and you hike your prices up in a community that is struggling, and then you have the audacity to throw it all away. Throw it away because you're overstocked. You've filled your donation quota for the month, and then you just throw it away. I know they're not in the business of charity, but you come in here and you build your big, massive supermarkets here in our community, and then you throw it away, and then to rub salt in the wound, you go and lock it. You go and lock your bins. Do you can food? I do. Not canned food. I jar. I'm more of a jar food, Cynthia. Yeah, I don't do canning, but I do preserved jarring mostly, and everything: meat, fish, vegetables, pickles, relishes, jams, purees, sauces. All of that I was taught by my grandparents on both sides. One bad side of dumpster diving, Todd, is saying that getting more popular, the more people that quit working jobs to dive, the less people to make ship stock of the products to be thrown away and found. Well, that's true. I mean, I guess it would depend where you are. Hey, Todd, really? It would depend where you are, really, I would say. I thought it was just the US that dumps food and clothes and all sorts of things that should be given to people in need. I see it's all over the world. That's a shame. It is, Carol Ann. It is a crying shame. It's because we live in a throwaway society with just throw stuff away and just go and get another one. I want my children to go on adventures like the children used to go to the dump and get into. So true, Stephen. I was one of those children in the days. Scavenge. I was one of those kids. I love that name. We are all the seagulls. Yeah. Mine. I don't know if you guys watched Finding Nemo, but yeah, that's what the seagulls say. That's mine. They might find some treasure. There's like you were saying earlier. Yeah, one person's trash is another person's treasure for sure. The peasants' dumpster dove in the kingdom's trash since the creation of society. It has existed longer than most countries. That is true. And as long as there's waste, there will always be an element of dumpster diving. Always. And like I said before, we've lived off this. The poor have lived off the scraps, or the struggling have lived off the scraps of the rich for hundreds of years, and nothing's changed. Even in an era where we live in a first world country, more than 40% of people living in Australia right now is on the poverty line, and more than 20% of them are working. Crazy. You're working and you're still on the poverty line. Dumpster diving is going to become, um, when as it becomes more popular and people grow in numbers, and dumpster diving, it's going to make it more difficult. It's going to make it more difficult because the stores will just you just don't find the massive hauls that you see in the videos every time we lift the lid. It doesn't work that way. I want to build a house and a church, then a unity with most. Yes, and that's possible. You planted rhubarb. They take the time to destroy everything, dump out like soup. They do, Renee. It's crazy. Oh, you planted rhubarb too. Hope it gets big. Make stuff from it. Yeah, well, and rhubarb takes a little bit of time. Quick question: how do you deal with flies? I don't deal with flies, Stephen. Usually, flies are an indication to not mess around with that dumpster, with that bin. But that's just me. If I see too many flies, boom, I'm out of there. Crows to you, Renee. And Jessica from Texas. Hey, Jessica, good to see you, my friend. So glad you could pop in. I appreciate your time and your attention. Thank you so much. Oh, Mac, your Wi-Fi blacked out for a few minutes. That's cool. I'm glad you come back. Uh, by the way, I was joking about the people working stuff. There's way too many people on this tiny planet for that. Yeah, that's true. There's way too many on this tiny women rock that's floating around. Uh, First world lols. I'm broken, homeless, but staying in a 8-room, 4-bathroom, 2-story business mansion for free. Work for free as well. Wow. Retired folks who depend on basic social security live below the poverty line here. Same here, and I would say most places around the world do. You know, I frown upon that. I frown upon a society that does that to their elderly. I come from a culture uh, where you look after your elderly uh, right up until their last breath. You go out and fish and hunt for them. And you bring everything to them, and when you drop it off to them, you sit and you listen to them and let them tell their stories, because they're the ones that already done the hard yards. They're already the ones that done it. They already tread a path that and led the way. So to make these complexes for them to live in, and I understand that there's dementia and all of that. Um, but if we look after our elderly, and they're free from those stresses, then all they really need is space and companionship. You spoil that baby as much as you can. Yeah, you spoil your grandbaby, all right. I've got um, she be 9 months on the 21st. Wow, that's so fast. That's so fast. Yeah, I've got number 10 grandchild on the way. My son is having his partner having their third son, their third boy. So that'll be grandbaby number 10 for me. I agree. I'll split when I see flies, but I tried catching them with traps. Only caught one. How sad that they were at trash, but flies only want to eat what I want to eat. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, some of them don't even want to eat. They just want to lay eggs, and that's even worse. Yes, Happy Mac. Love being a CC. Is that a CC? Congrats. Well, double figures. Yeah, double digits with my grandbabies. Yes. I'll have 6 over here, and I've got 4 in New Zealand. Yep, 4 in New Zealand. Uh, a repressible monkey, if a dumpster is locked, is it okay to unlock it? I'm not sure. Uh, when you unlock an already locked anything, it changes from dumpster diving to something else. So, do I do it? No, no, I don't do it. Um, I don't encourage it, but I'm not telling you what to do. My grandchildren call me Koko or Koro. Koro is a name in our language that's short for Koroa. Koroa, which is like grandfather. Yeah, but Koko. Bet you guys haven't heard that one before. No, not Grandpappy. Koko or Koro. Hey, Gina. Hi, Gina. How are you? Another amazing dumpster diving channel right there. Dumpster diving with glamour. So good to see you in comments, my friend. I hope you're doing well. I have been watching your videos. I know you've been extremely busy, but always love your energy and your enthusiasm, and always love hearing about your granddaughter and your grandbabies as well. Ever thought about dumpster diving for electronics? I dumpster dive for anything, but for me, I'm not blessed with having dumpsters in a row and so close together. To get to good electronic stores that I know of, I have to travel, and like everyone says, man, it's not. Um, the fuel's not getting any cheaper. It's going to get worse before it gets any better. Hey, Laurie, how are you? Hi, Big B. It's a big hello from Indiana. Well, thank you for joining us, Laurie. I certainly appreciate you stopping in and saying hey. And we're just talking about some of the perils of what society deem as a dumpster diving and why all of this waste that happens. And obviously, been giving shout outs to all of the dumpster diving channels that have graced us with their presence, and certainly appreciative of them being here. We've been talking about that gardening is probably going to be a way to go in the future. Will dumpster diving be sustainable? In the years to come, I think it will for probably the next five plus years. When will I be doing it in 5 plus years? Probably. Will it be a source of my content? Probably not. Um, I'd be looking at, instead of been living with Big B, it could be better living with Big B, better living with Big B, in a whole different format. But I think I'll always be curious. I always have, well over 25 years of dumpster diving, scavenging and curbsiding and hard rubbish and stuff like that. I guess we would be called opportunists, if you like, right? Opportunists. So that's what we've been talking about, Laurie. So just try your best to jump into the conversation as best as you can. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'll do my best to answer them as best as I can. You hit a Dollar General and got 20 boxes unopened of baskets, wall decor, and lamps and more. Incredible. That's crazy. That's awesome. That's awesome. So let me ask you a question, Laurie. While you got 20 boxes of unopened baskets and etc., do you have? Oh, you got to go, Cynthia. Okay, you have a great a day also. I certainly appreciate you stopping in, my dear friend. Thank you so much. Yeah, hope you have a great day, and all the best wishes to you and your family. Um, do you have a means of moving the stuff that you found from Dollar General? So now that you've found it from the dumpster and you've processed it, and how long does it stay in your house before um, before it gets donated or given away? And that's a question I like to ask any one of you that are out dumpster diving out there. Are you guys having issues with hoarding? Basically, I mean, there's no other way to say it. Hoarding, because in my experience and with my conversations with other ones, other divers, other creators, we go out 2, 3, sometimes 4 times. Some divers go out every day, every night, and come across this haul after haul. That doesn't matter if they're big or small, but they find something every single day or every time that they go out. It's got to go somewhere. If you don't have a means of being able to move it through you, where does it go? What do you do with it? You're having a problem with fresh food. What, you don't have any? Is that the problem? Well, I just moved and I needed a lot of it, but we give a lot to my kids and family and friends that need. Yep, okay, okay, and that's usually what happens. We give them away, but are you giving away? Is that something that you do every week? Like, have you ever reached a stage? And it's not just about you, Laurie. I hope you understand that this is a question to all dumpster divers. We all suffer the same. Either way, it's not really a suffer. It's just it's something that I've picked up. I see Steph and Steve. Steph is doing a huge decluttering and admitting to her hoarding after years of dumpster diving, thousands of pens, just like just rooms. Some of my other friends are experiencing it, not being able to move the stuff quick enough that, sometimes it spoils or it sits there. It's often forgotten. It can create issues with other family members. It takes up space. A room becomes a commodity instead of a luxury. Do you have a garden yourself? I do. I do. I have a garden every year. Um, it depends. Mac is saying it depends on where you live in the States. It's a federal law that people can pick up discarded things. Oh, okay. Right. Stephen, you're saying that you're having a problem with moving fresh food. So you're collecting a lot of this fresh food and you're having a lot of issues with moving it. I got you. I got you. I got you. But I just lost audio. I'm going to get off here and try to fix it. Then I'm probably going to pass out for a few. Haven't slept in a while. Rest well. Just get some rest. Get some rest, my bro. I do donate food to homeless. I give an older gentleman standing on the side of a street some food I found and a few dollars. Awesome. That's amazing. And huge kudos to you for doing that. I only have problems with moving food to homeless because the more times than not they have a problem with being able to cook it, especially because I find a lot of fresh produce as opposed to like boxed cereal or cookies or energy bars or the likes of packaged stuff. A lot of it is just fresh produce. So for them to prepare it and cook it is difficult, not impossible, but just difficult. Have you ever given any thought of making informational videos about creating a garden? In the near future, I will be. I will be. Uh, a dog god, absolutely. And like I say, right now my niche and my growth is attributed to dumpster diving content. Um, and and once it becomes a platform where I don't have to worry about what content I put on there, I feel I haven't reached that platform yet. Um, but Bin Living is all about the brand, is all about that. It's all about things that you can do aside from not just what I find or what I keep or what I donate, but the but also its reusable value, the reusable value. So, like composting, for example, or jarring, preserving, cooking it, creating delicious meals for free that you get from the dumpster, and just real easy recipes that as long as you process them and clean them properly, always provide a delicious meal. So it can encompass a lot of that. So absolutely, gardening falls under that category. Not looking forward to work. Hope it will not be too busy like last week. Just about fall over. So tired. You just work at your own pace, and just it's always best to get on with work rather than complain about it. In my experience, I find complaining about work exhausts me, and rather just get on with it. But you've been there a long time. You're like furniture. I found you through Auditing Waste UK. Yes, Irrepressible Monkey. I do remember. Yes, and he does a fantastic job of what he does. But I appreciate you, jumping on. And I did you say you were in the UK, Dog God? Hi, Kiri. Hi, Tell. What about food dehydration, canning, and freeze dryers? Absolutely. The preservation of food for longevity is a practice that our forefathers and our ancestors used to do for survival. Are we entering a time and era in 2022 of survival? Most probably. Is it a sort of like a prepper Are we prepping for like for things to come that may not be so great? Potentially. So food dehydration, canning, and freeze dryers, absolutely, Kerry. They become an integral part of learning how to do that. Do you can jar fruit or vegetables? You find I'm wanting to do that. I did when I first started, Jessica. I did. I really did. But I hadn't because now everything I find I donate. But I'm thinking about like just doing like small batches. Like I did a batch of. My wife did a batch of a beetroot from one of our recent finds when we found raw beets, and we did a beetroot. But it didn't dawn on me to video it and make it like a tutorial or anything. But rest assured, in the future, probably at the end of the year, after the season, after this winter season, I might be looking into it. So watch the space, definitely. Hey, Southern Belle, how are you? Good to see you, Belle. I'm sorry if you answered. I just got back on. That's all right, Jessica. Feel free to just keep asking questions, and hopefully I'll be able to answer them. And if not, I'll definitely go out and find out. And someone on here may know the answer. Mary Cox, you got to go. Big B, take care, and may the dumpster gods be generous with you always. Bye. Thank you so much, Marianne. I appreciate that. Oh, you're in South Florida? Okay, dog God, yeah, no worries. Yeah, I had a couple of good friends, Lily and Sean. They were dumpster divers in South Florida. Stephen James, basically dumpster diving is illegal here. Where are you? Where are you again, Stephen? Sorry, I should remember that, but I have forgotten. Um, Carol Ann Tracy, I have to go. God bless and take care. See you on the next video. Thank you, Carol Ann. I appreciate you for stopping in. Thank you so much. Kerry Hightower, you could make a lot of banana chips. Yeah, yeah. They would certainly though not take up as much space, banana chips, as opposed to like mushing them up and putting them into plastic bags and then putting them into the freezer. Yeah, I come across a lot of bananas, that is for sure. You picked cherries yesterday, Laurie, and made a homemade cherry jam. Yep, absolutely. Fresh cherries too. Okay, that's interesting. Jessica from Texas, you will for sure be watching my videos. Oh, that'll be awesome. Yeah, and I'll be sure to include that into the videos at some stage. Um, Only because I love doing it and it takes me back memory wise to us, connecting with my mother and my grandmother and my aunties and all of my relations that did that. It takes me back to that, and I never want to be disconnected from that, and it's something that I really enjoy. Steve, have you ever found medicine that has been thrown away? Yes, but not pharmaceutical medicines. Coughing medicines, vitamins, and Metamucil sort of stuff, gut health medicines, magnesium, sort of that kind of medicine on the shelf medicines, but not pharmaceutical pill medicines, if that's what you mean. But yes, I have, and and usually I let the pensioners have a go at all the vitamins and probiotic stuff, because a lot of them use it. So yeah, I do. Hi, Mark Jan. James, how are you? Good evening from the Philippines. Welcome, Mark. I appreciate you popping in. Reno, Nevada. Oh, okay. Reno, Nevada. Ordinances prevent us from. Okay, so yeah, that it's your ordinance that says that it's illegal. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. I wouldn't. And you know what? Here's the thing. If I was in New Zealand and it's illegal, and I try, I talk about integrity, about doing things right, and not crossing the boundaries where you become a lawbreaker. I want to be an upstanding citizen and law-abiding citizen, but that's some of the laws are as ridiculous as most of them sound. Like some that's been around for since the 1950s or the 1960s, that have never been amended or renewed or relooked at. They've just been a continuance. And if you look at illegal, when you and this is what gets me all really passionate, Stephen. It gets me passionate. These ordinances have been created by the waste management companies to ensure that they get paid their money from the waste by weight. By weight, that's how they get paid. So they go in underhanded deals with their local government to ensure that they create these local bylaw legislations to ensure that it's illegal to do that. But that's because there's money involved. So if I was at home and I know it's illegal, I would still dive. But that's just what I would do. Yeah. Like, will I get in serious trouble if I did it? Yes, I would. Yeah. Is the reward worth the risk? I think that's just something you'd have to evaluate on a, you know, they can't throw that out in regular bins that they have disposed of it properly. Yeah, that some of that have to dispose, that has to be disposed of properly. I love watching your videos. I don't have a lot of good stores around me. Yeah, yeah. I know it can be hard when you've only got what you got. No, but Bed Bath and Beyond and Bodyworks, big department stores, all are 1 hour away from me. I miss them with moving. Yeah, that can also be an issue. But I guess if you're willing to do a 2 hour round trip, does finding what you find justify the work, the output? Yeah. Hey, look, sometimes I have to travel 45 minutes to an hour to get to some of my dumps, and I do. And it's maniacal to think that way, because to increase the odds of the chances of you going out and finding something is you have to go there often. But to do a 2 hour round trip often is like out of the question now, with the way fuel prices are going up. It's mean I have to just like wing it and hope that the day that I do go is that day. Oh, you moved from Mississippi to in the country in Indiana. Well, Laurie, do you have a Dollar General, Dollar Tree, CVS, or Big Lots? I found a lot of everyday supplies there. Yes, Bill. There you go. Yeah. Those are stores that do very well. Only one Dollar General is unlocked. Okay. Walgreens are all locked. Well, do they do the truck drivers have the keys to the locks? I'm just wondering, because if you found if the store has to unlock the bins for the truck to come and unload them, that means there must be 1 day or 2 days out of the week that they're unlocked. I guess it's just being able to find out what those days are. Because do dump truck drivers get out of their trucks to unlock the bins? Can anyone answer that question for me? Do dump truck drivers get out of their trucks to unlock the bins? Does anyone know? If I can't find something within 20 minutes, it's not worth it unless it's rare or precious. That's fair enough statement. Dollar General on Florida had to call cops because a Saint Bernard wandered into the store. They couldn't close. Then the owner came, found him, and saw it on the news. No, dump truck drivers don't have keys. It would be too many to keep up with. Okay. Stores unlocks it, assuming. Well, I'm just saying that if that's the case, that there would be a 1 day a window where the dumpsters are unlocked. Whilst they're locked or every other time, it's just discovering what the dumping habits are and what that day is. That's the trick, and that's what I come across. Some of the dumpsters I come across are locked, but on the days that they dump and they come early in the morning, they unlock it the night before and they leave it out there. And I go in there and I have a party, a dumpster party. The stores unlock the dumpsters on the day or the hour or when the honk horn. Okay, so whatever it might be, it's just discovering what those habits are. Just go in and politely buy something small and ask when they get their new shipment. You will know when the day before is thrown away day. They only unlock dumpsters on trash day. Well, I'm just saying that there'd be a whole plethora of dumpsters unlocked on that day, despite them being locked for the rest of the week. And I'm assuming that they do it more than just once a week. I'm sure that they would dump on a Friday to clear the bins for the weekend, and I'm sure they would do it again on a Tuesday so they can keep the bins clear for the week. I don't know. That's the dumping habits from where I'm at. But I mean, that's what the reconnaissance, that's what the research is all about. Usually twice a week. Okay. So yeah, I'm just saying, there's whilst we say that the dumpsters are unlocked, there has to be a time when they're unlocked, and let's not forget human complacency. Complacency in humans, sometimes they just forget or can't be bothered, or just something it just offsets their day where they don't do it. Do you ever shout out your YouTube page from your Facebook? I feel like this channel could be just as large. Maybe they just don't know. I don't, dog God, because I have a company that runs my Facebook page, so I can put up a static post, which I have, and I can put it up as many times as I like. But I don't put any YouTube links on Facebook because they advise me that it's frowned upon, and I get that. So um, what I do is I don't know what I do. Yeah, I encourage people over there to go to the subscriptions and subscribe to Facebook, which is $24 a year. That's what you pay. But I do $25 giveaways like once a month, and sometimes twice a month. So people get their money back on that. And I put full videos on there. So, um, but I do from time to time. I do it more. Got to give your dog a bath later. Okay, Phyllis. Yeah, sadly, my Walgreens has no trespassing on them, but CVS jackpot, baby. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Our trash runs on Fridays, so I check for good items on Thursday around 3 p.m. There you go. Yeah. Hey, we all have our systems that we've developed, over time, and we swear by them. Uh, but just sometimes it's good to have a fresh set of eyes, look at it, and offer perspective. I might be like fully left the field with what I'm saying, and you don't even know what I'm talking about. Like I'm a complete world away. But these are just some of the issues that I'd come across, and the what I shared are some of the solutions that I utilize to overcome those issues. Some companies are lax about it. My company is lax, as I'm the only person to fill it up. I'm lazy. I hurt my foot, so I couldn't fill the dumpster up yet. But I will though. There you go. What about your scavenger hunt? I missed that. It was fun. I'm going to reintroduce it, Renee. Um, right now, right now, I'm getting zero engagement on the. And Renee's talking about the scavenger hunt I had on the subscription hub on my Facebook page, which was cool. And I had got 3 or 4, maybe 5 of yous participate, and I let it fall to the wayside. But like I'm dropping full length videos on there, I'm getting zero comments, and not that I care, not that I care about that, but I just know I just have to keep persevering and just work at it. It's only new, just keep at it. Um, but yeah, until I get a little bit more engagement, then I can. Otherwise, it'll be just you playing it, Renee. That's all honesty. I haven't seen Jess or I haven't seen Pat, at all. Um, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Random things that was cool. Yeah, it was cool. Hey, Claudette, hello, and Rabbit on the Rocks. What's going on, Rabbit on the Rocks? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you all. If you could let us know where you are at in your part of the world and what time it is for you, I'd certainly would appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna get set to jump off real quick. Not real quick, real soon, and but let me just say, I had an amazing conversation with you guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed it so far. A great conversation about um, the perils of dumpster diving, the popularities of dumpster diving, the waste in general, and the roles that we play as dumpster divers with this waste. And what's our roles now? Really, in my eyes, our roles at the moment is to re-educate and reprogram people that have a less than desirable picture or idea of what dumpster diving is, and I've taken on board that it's my job to show them that it's not the disgusting habit or activity that they make it out to believe, uh, that they make it out to be. Um, and to try and turn around the fact that it has to become a food resource for our community, and damn those huge food chain stores that not necessarily put us in this predicament, but make us believe that we need them, to satisfy our sense of convenience. It's 10 a.m. where you are, Claudette. Awesome. And 9 a.m. where you are, Belle. It's 10 p.m. where I'm at the moment. 9 a.m. where you are in Canada, where you are at right now. Soon I have to get ready for work. Well, just enjoy your day. Just go in there smiling like this, Renee. Ta-da! I'm ready. Yeah, but don't let anyone get you down. You're the best at what you do. I respect you as a savior for men, women, and children. Thank you for the lesson Not at all. Thank you for your input as well, Stephen. And oh, you're in Kenton, George, Kerry. I appreciate you all actually for your interaction. Midnight here, still in Tassie. You're still in Tassie. That's right, Rabbit. You're still in Tassie. Um, yeah, I appreciate all for your comments, your questions, your interaction. It's probably been one of the best lives I've had in a long time, and it's all through you guys. Hope you have a great night. You are very inspirational. Thank you, Dog God. You guys are also inspirational for me and encouraging and supportive. And I certainly wouldn't be able to have the nous or the gall or even the platform to be able to do this if it wasn't for you guys, for all of yous. Um, Stuck here for 6 weeks, feel like Gilligan on 10. Oh no, my friend. Well, hopefully that will lift real soon for you, and then you'll have the freedom to travel. But yeah, super interesting conversation. I'm looking forward to watching the replay on this. Yesterday was hard. I had to close a loan, but restrictions. I can't clean ovens, so I did what I could, clean it in the morning and use the other one. Sure. Yep, just use your smarts. Work smarter, not harder. Yep, and work always work to rule. Always work to rule when you're on your own because if you slipped and fell and hurt yourself, there's no one to call and help. So work to rule, man. Don't do more than you have to. But yeah, super appreciate all of you guys. You guys are all a blessing. I love and appreciate you all. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I really do. Is I hope it was an inspiration as it was, as you were saying. Keep you on like Judy's Renee. Yeah, I reckon. Can't scrub. Yep. Well, you get them to keep renewing that medical note for you, Renee. But yeah, what's going on? Let me just give you a quick thing of what's going on. I do have some content I will be uploading in the next couple of days, so please keep an eye out for that. If you are not already subscribed, please go and subscribe and make sure that your notifications are on. I know YouTube is having a real issue at the moment, that you're not getting notifications. You have to like go and unsubscribe and resubscribe again, and then hit the notifications bell. Make sure that you do that. I appreciate any sharing out, of course, and but that's not a request at all. I absolutely enjoyed chatting with each and every single one of you. Thank you for the likes. Love and blessings to you all, and I will see you guys, if not the next video, definitely on the next live. And enjoy the rest of your day everywhere, wherever you are in the world. Have a great day. Have a great evening, and I will talk to you guys again real soon. Peace.